Good morning, Seaside. Hi, everybody. Thank you for everybody tuning in. I'm going to start out the service with a song that I wrote a couple weeks ago. I performed it for y'all before, but I wanted to do it again because I love the idea of just turning to you. I turn to you, God. I turn to you when times are rough and I've had enough. Oh, I turn to you. I turn to you, God. I turn to you when life is bright and everything is all right. I turn to you. I turn to you, God. I turn to you. No matter what comes my way, I know that I'll be okay when I turn to you. When I turn to you, when I turn to you.
Very nice,
Thank you very much.
Rebecca. What a perfect song for now. So how you been?
Doing okay?
Yeah. Well, I missed you, but
Missed you
looks
too.
I was watching you and Reverend Debbie on from Montana,
Yeah.
where we were, and I saw you just released a new video.
Yeah, that's right. I did a cool rendition with a friend of mine named Kevin Flournoy. We've been working together for many, many years, and he did a beautiful rendition of the Alicia Keys song called No One.
Yeah.
No one? Yeah.
No one. But everybody's gonna be all right. Is that keeps
That's
going.
right. It's got a nice groove to it.
I thought it was a
so.
perfect song
Thank
for, definitely what's going on.
Yeah.
That's for sure. And music always heals. Music is
Really
a good
does.
thing for sure.
Yeah.
Callie and I and Trevor, we were in Montana, and it was just absolute beautiful. We left all the concerns of the pandemic here, and Montana is probably the least hit state of anything. And the fear wasn't there, no masks in the store. We pretty much stayed in our trees and on our lake in the solitude. And so I left it all in your care, and I came back, and now you got riots, racism, white privilege, streets are on fire. It's like, guys, I could have left it to you in good hands, and now look at that. So today's message is really perfect. It's about going beyond, and we came up with that long before this was even going on here. And so I'm excited to hear because I was out of the news pretty much. And so I wasn't really seeing what was going on. And I just kind of been putting it all in the last 24 hours. There's so much in there. I'm very curious as to how it's going to come out for sure. But I want to welcome everybody joining us here today. Welcome to Seaside. Good morning. It's truly a joy to be back with you and to have a wonderful spiritual home to come home to remind us on how to go beyond what is going on if we don't want to remain in it. So I encourage you to stick around and to tell your friends to go ahead and check in, call your friends, email them, text them, tune in to the seasidecenter.org or the Facebook Live, wherever you are, but share that because what we've got is a profound message that's going to make a difference in the consciousness of humanity today. So this is a time you don't want to miss, and as always, we start it with prayer. So Reverend Debbie, you held down the fort while I was gone, did good. Take us to a deep place.
Hello. This is a time of our service that we get to anchor in prayer. So we start by lighting a candle to just represent the light, and we'll gong the bell and have some silence, and then we'll pray. Just recognizing right here and right now that there is only one. One power, one presence, one love, one light, moving in, through, and as all things. And I know that that is all that there is only one. There is only love expressing right here. And I know for today's service that it unfolds perfectly in divine order, that each and every individual that's tuned in to the airwaves is here by a divine appointment. The sacred speaking to the sacred, God meeting God. I'm knowing that Spirit moves beautifully through our musicians and our singers, and Dr. Christian. So grateful to have him and his family back here and home at Seaside. Knowing that there's a great light that moves through this place called Seaside Center for Spiritual Living. Knowing that there is peace, a deep peace in each and every individual as we move forward this morning, and just let it be. Yes, we let it be, just anchoring ourselves here in all that is good and all that is right. What a time in our world. You know, as Dr. Christian was saying, he's come back to kind of a different world than what he left in. You know, we had the pandemic going on, and Dr. Michael Bethwick has said that now we have a double pandemic. You know, it's an interesting time in our world. It's a very interesting time. I have 2 young adult children, and this is something that's really, really spoken to them, and they're very, very actively involved in the peaceful protests and on social media. And, you know, they're tired of seeing their friends hurt, their friends given less privilege than they have. So I have a reading for you. Before I do that, though, I would like to just invite you, if you'd like to send us a 60-second video of why it is that you come to Seaside. or why you listen to us on live stream, or what it is about Seaside that speaks to you. You can just record it on your phone and send it to us just like you would a picture, but you can send it to SC Staff. So Seaside Center staff, just the S and the C, staff at seasidecenter.org. And we would love to know. We've gotten so many letters from you and your generosity, and we'd like to continue to just connect with you in that way. So let us know. What I'd like to read today is I'd like to read the official statement from Centers for Spiritual Living. We're part of a worldwide organization, Centers for Spiritual Living. We have over 400 centers worldwide, and we are just one of them. And our home office has issued this statement on racism in the United States. Center for Spiritual Living calls for it to end. We are grieving lives that ought not to have been lost. George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and Ahmaud Arbery are the most recent in a list of countless unarmed African American and black people who have been murdered for the color of their skin over the past 400 years in the U.S. Too many generations have suffered, and it has never been, and it is not now, acceptable. We denounce racism in all its forms, the starkness of unapologetic, intentional racism, the racism of silence in the face of injustice, the systematic racism inherent in our education, justice, income, and opportunity inequity, and the racism that lies hidden in our individual hearts and minds. We envision a world where personal responsibility joins with social conscience in every area of the political, corporate, academic, and social sectors. We value a community-wide climate of safety that arises from compassion, justice, mutual respect, and kindness. Therefore, we join our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes, who echoed the words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and said, "You and I should form the habit of taking definite time each day to contemplate and affirm peace with justice. For there is no peace possible without justice, but faith without works is dead. We should not only pray, we should act, each contributing the best they have to the common purpose, each willing to make any sacrifice necessary. For there can be no individual self-preservation without the preservation of all." We call upon ourselves and the faith communities in the U.S. to take action that shows we have heard the cry of suffering and we own our own responsibility for it. Whether that action is prayer, donations to organizations that promote racial justice, rigorous self-education, or active engagement, let not this moment in history pass unattended. May the actions we take be steeped in peace and respect for the sacredness of each life, knowing that whatever we do individually and collectively must be divinely directed from a higher consciousness. When we apply our proven spiritual principles through rigorous practice and compassionate action, the desired results cannot fail to demonstrate. And so it is. God bless you.
Woo. Powerful statement right there. Thank you, Rev Deb, for sharing that. Good morning, Seaside. It is my honor to introduce our guest artists on Sundays. And today we have a wonderful guest. We love it when she's here. She's a very soulful singer, and she, before all this pandemic, was working so much around town, and actually was out doing her touring with her original music, and was just so proud to see her development and just spreading her wings and flying. And unfortunately, due to the whole pandemic, we had to, all of us in the arts have been put on hold, but some great news that happened in the midst of all that was that her album titled Stand Up was actually #1 on the blues billboards in April. So she is just continuing to grow and expand and just reaching for higher heights all the time. And I just love her. I love her work ethic. I love her talent. And she's just a dear friend of mine. I'm so glad she's here. Please welcome Whitney Shea.
All right, Seaside, I gotta tell you something today. So I was fortunate enough to see Mavis Staples perform this song a couple years ago. And the Staples singers have been civil rights activists. They marched with Dr. King. And even though we can't reach out and touch your hand today, we're gonna hope to uplift you with this song. Because it's an important time, and music has always been part of the change and part of the expression of what's going on in the world. And I hope this song can express that for you.
Can't you feel it in your bones? A change is coming on from every walk of life. People are seeing the light. Can't you feel it in your heart now? A new thing is taking shape. Reach out, touch a hand. Make a friend if you can. Hey, what about you, my friend? Ain't it time to come on in? Live the united way. Why don't you join us today? Come on, reach out, touch a hand. Make a friend if you can. Reach out, touch a hand. Make a friend if you can. Come on, I want to hear that band. Reach out now. From others just like you. Reach out, touch a hand. Make a friend if you can. Every day folks are waking up to the needs of one another. We're on our way, making the world a better place. Come on. Reach out, touch a hand. Make a friend if you can. Reach out, touch a hand. Make a friend if you can. Break it down.